Good evening, and welcome to the 2026 Harris County Peace Officers Memorial Service. I'm Tess Rowland, your Master of Ceremonies for this year's special event. On behalf of the Harris County Sheriff's Office and the Harris County Constables, I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending the 2026 Harris County's Peace Officers Memorial Service. Now would everyone please rise for the laying of the memorial wreath, the presentation of the colors, and the singing of our national anthem by Harris County Sheriff's Office Clerk Patricia Williams, Houston Police Officer Kiana Nelson, and Department of Public Safety Trooper Adrienne Veals. We ask that you also please remain standing for the invocation.
join me as I pray. Well, Father God, we come before you. We thank you for this time that we're having together, Father, but as we gather with heavy hearts and heavy spirits, we remember the moment that we first heard the ultimate sacrifice that these that we've come to remember made. Lord God, we don't celebrate that moment, but we celebrate the fact that they lived, that they moved in and around our community, but most of all, they lived for their family. They lived a high calling, which you called them to serve a cause greater than themselves. But Father, we just thank you. I lift these families up to you, and we continue to pray the spirit of peace be over them. We commit this time to you. We thank you for all things in Christ's name.
Seated. Thank you, Chaplain, and thank you to the Honor Guard singers. Let's give them a round of applause. We also want to take a moment to recognize all of our survivors who are in attendance today. Will you please rise and be recognized so we can thank you for being here? Thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, I would like to invite Isaac Eggia, Deputy Chief of External Affairs from the Office of Judge Lena Hidalgo, to come to the stage to read this year's proclamation.
Legislature have designated a day in May as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which it occurs as Police Week. And whereas it is important that all citizens understand that problems, duties, and responsibilities of their law enforcement agencies, and that members of our law enforcement agencies recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property. And whereas Peace Officers Memorial Day will be observed in Harris County, Texas on Thursday, April 30th, 2026 as part of Police Week to honor those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives or have become disabled in the performance of duty. Now therefore, I, on behalf of Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo, do hereby designate April 30th, 2026 Peace Officers Memorial Day in Harris County, Texas, and further designates the week of Sunday, May 10th through the 16th, 2026 as National Police Week in Harris County, Texas, and extends appreciation to all the dedicated police officers who serve and protect our community and their families. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. And at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce your Harris County Constables. Representing Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen, we have Assistant Chief Lofton Harrison. And representing Precinct 3 Constable Sherman Eagleton, we have Assistant Chief Isaac Villarreal. And representing Precinct 4, Constable Mark Herman, we have Assistant Chief Danny Garza. And representing Precinct 5, Constable Terry Albritton, we have Chief Deputy Jordan Goff. And representing Precinct 6, Constable Sylvia Trevino, Assistant Chief Joe Alanis. And representing Precinct 7, Constable James Phillips, we have Chief Deputy Marcus Grant. And representing Precinct 8, Constable Phil Sandlin, we have Lieutenant Charles Francis. And at this time, we would also like to acknowledge the presence of our elected officials. So please rise so we can thank you for being here. I see Honorable Ann Johnson with the Texas House of Representatives, District 134. I see Chief Investigator Elson Tatika representing DA Sean Tier. I see Isaac Gia, Director of External Affairs, representing Judge Hidalgo. Again, all of you please rise so we can recognize you. Thank you so much. And I would also at this time like to acknowledge the founding members, the donors, and representatives of the Harris County Sheriff's Office Foundation who are joining us here today. Again, without them, this memorial would not have been possible. So I see Miss Ann Bean, who is the Executive Director for the Foundation. Thank you so much for being here. And I see Cecil Arnhem as well, who is the ambassador for the organization and the husband of the late Katrina Arnhem. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for being here and for your contributions in making today possible. And we would also, again, like to thank our partners at Crime Stoppers of Houston for hosting tonight's ceremony. We see Ms. Nicole Kristoff, the Executive Director for Crime Stoppers. Thank you again for letting us host this ceremony in this beautiful space this evening. And a special thanks also goes out to Unita Harris and the band Collage, and also to the St. Thomas Episcopal High School Bagpiper Band for always helping us out with this memorial. Please join me as we applaud these special people. And now at this time, I would like to invite vocalist Unita Harris to sing this year's special song.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life we can be sure. except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring, and wounded hearts will heal. Never much too soon. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. There are not many things in life that we can be sure of, except except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Everything must change.
Beautiful sounds by Miss Unita Harris and the band Collage. Thank you so much. And at this time, I'd like to call upon Under Sheriff Tommy Diaz for his special remarks this evening.
Thank you, Tess. Good evening and welcome to the Harris County Peace Officers Memorial. I'm Under Sheriff Tommy Diaz, and it's an honor to speak with you today on behalf of Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. He's out of state on official business and sends his condolences and his love. I've been attending this annual event for many, many years, for decades really, and I've always leave overwhelmed by the solemn gravity of what this represents. As a young boy, I'd come to this with my parents. They both were retired sheriff's office personnel. And I would watch my dad stand up here and honor his friends, the men and women that he worked with and he knew, watched him honor those lost friends and people he loved and people that had been to our house. And so it just means the world to me to have the opportunity to stand up here and speak and honor them as well. And as a Green Detention Officer, when I hired on, I watched widowed spouses accept roses and shed tears for the ones whom they expected to grow old with. I stood stone-faced as a deputy sheriff that was in the honor guard. And I watched small children weep for a parent who will never hold them again or tell them everything's going to be all right. Now I'm a dad, and it means so much more. As a member of Sheriff's Command staff, I've stood here with parents as they've ran their fingers across each letter of their child's name, etched forever in the stone monuments behind me. And those names are etched on our hearts. And so as I stand here and I look out at y'all today, each of you have your own profound stories of what this event means and what your loved ones mean to you. It is with deep humility and respect I offer you my personal condolences for your unimaginable loss. It is with sincere gratitude that I offer this agency's and all these agencies thanks for the sacrifice that you and your loved ones have made to protect Harris County and keep all of us safe. Know that as I stand here before all of you, my parents, I feel this moment's gravity deep in my bones. I'm so grateful that this year we have no new names to add to the memorial, but at the same time we must all pause to remember our fellow deputies who suffered in silence before we lost them to suicide. We owe it to them to be vigilant and brave enough to seek and offer help when it's needed. Like you, I personally knew many of the heroes we remember here today. I miss all of them and will always remember their service. And I think about the family members who are in law enforcement, even with these profound losses, and they still continue to serve. I encourage all of us to remember that we can honor those who pay the ultimate price every day. We can share their stories. We can think about them. We can pray for their families. We can call their families. This is how we honor them. So that each new generation understands that the freedom we enjoy comes at a price that courageous folks that we remember today were willing to pay. There's a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote that comes to mind. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have lived a life that mattered, and mattered because you lived well. And so it's incumbent upon all of us to honor those legacies by fulfilling those virtues that they carried. And so thank you for sharing them with us. Thank you to all the deputies, sheriffs, all the deputies, constables, all the police officers, all the troopers, all the communications officers, all the jailers that are working right now to keep us safe. We love y'all, pray for y'all, and God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Under Sheriff Diaz, for those wonderful remarks. And now at this time, members of the Honor Guard will now call the names of the sheriff's deputies who have given their lives in the line of duty. We ask that all in our audience answer present after each name is called to signify that these officers are still with us in spirit and have not been forgotten. I also invite all of our survivors in the audience who are present to come forward when the name of your officer is called to receive a yellow rose as a symbol that they will never be forgotten. And the Harris County Honor Guard members are now going to take the stage.
Deputy Carl F. Court, November 30th, 1895. Convict Guard, William Isham Taylor, February 18th, 1914. Convict Guard Leroy Bailey, February 18, 1914. Deputy Arthur Taylor, May 24, 1914. Deputy William Clinton Harless, April 15, 1915. Deputy William C. Doug Williams Jr., April 16, 1930. Deputy Joseph A. Trapolino, May 23, 1936. Deputy Theron Eldridge Eddie Schaffner, July 14, 1948. Deputy Leo Busby, September 10, 1953. Deputy Donald Eugene Knowlton, August 22, 1960.
Deputy Walter Howard Harvey, November the 5th, 1962. Deputy Fred Barco Peebles, September 23rd, 1965. Deputy Ed Williams, January the 12th, 1974. Detective Rodney Scott Morgan, February 26, 1974. Deputy Jimmy Howard McKay Sr., March 22nd, 1994. Reserve Deputy James Alex Weir, August 18, 1978. Reserve Deputy Joe Mason Westbrook, July 1st, 1979. Deputy Albert Ochoa Garza, July 30th, 1979. Deputy Morse Melvin Anderson, October 26, 1981. Deputy Reginald Floyd Norwood, September 3rd, 1985.
Deputy Jess Woodard Roselle Jr., September 19, 1985. Deputy Haskell Jr. McCoy, February 2nd, 1987. Deputy Clark Harold Henry, July 25th, 1988. Deputy Richard Maurice Blackwell, September 6, 1989. Corporal Jeffrey Scott Sanford, September 14, 1991. Deputy Ricky Aaron Yates, January 25th, 1994. Detective Harvey M. Davis, May 21st, 1996. Deputy Douglas J. Doug Newell, July 22nd, 1996. Deputy Randolph Randy Michael Eames, December 21st, 1996. Deputy Keith A. Frankie, June 4th, 1997.
Deputy Rebecca Ann Shaw, February 13th, 1998. Deputy Oscar C. Hill, the 4th, July 22nd, 2000. Deputy John C. Risley, October 23rd, 2000. Deputy Barrett T. Hill, December 4th, 2000. Deputy Joseph N. Dennis, May 22nd, 2001. Deputy Shane R. Bennett, June 12th, 2002. Detention Officer Thomas Flores Douglas, March 10th, 2004. Sergeant Thomas Llewell King, September 15, 2008. Detention Officer Denicio Camacho, October 23, 2009. Deputy Jesse Valdez III, October 29, 2014.
Detention Officer Tronosky Jones, August 20th, 2015. Deputy Darren Goforth, August 28th, 2015. Deputy Terry Funberry, February 13th, 2017. Deputy Omar Diaz, July 6, 2019. Deputy Sandeep Dhaliwal, September 27, 2019. Sergeant Raymond Shawinski, May 6, 2020. Deputy Juan Menchaca, June 13, 2020. Deputy Johnny Tonches, November 2nd, 2020. Detention Officer Robert Perez, February 2nd, 2021.
Deputy Alexander Gush, April 22nd, 2021. Deputy Sean Waters, August 1, 2021. Deputy Joshua Seaman, October 21, 2021. Sergeant Ramon Gutierrez, January 24th, 2022. Detective Darren Almendarez, March 31, 2022. Detective Robert Adam Howard, May 11th, 2022. Deputy Ronald Bates, February 10th, 2024. Deputy Brian Brad Sweetman, March 4th, 2024. Detective John Hampton Cadu III, April 23rd, 2024. Detective Fernando Esquera, July 11th, 2024.
I will now ask for each constable, beginning with Precinct 1, to step up to the podium and call the names of their fallen deputies. For the office of Precinct 1, Chief Harrison, I'll turn it to you.
Precinct 1, Deputy Constable James A. Reed, September the 6th, 1905. Precinct 1, Deputy Constable James L. Grayson, April the 12th, 1915. Precinct 1, Deputy Constable Michael R. Eakin III, September the 29th, 1998. Precinct 2 Constable, Jerry Garcia's deputy. Precinct 2 Deputy Constable, Edgar Eugene Iskett. June Iskett, June 15, 1911.
For Precinct 3, Constable Sherman Eagleton.
Deputy Abram Curl, January 26, 1978. Deputy Constable Raymond Nieto, December 16, 1998. Assistant Chief Deputy Clinton Greenwood, April 3rd, 2017.
For Precinct 4, Constable Mark Herman.
Deputy Marvin Alton Winter, December 4th, 1937. Deputy Frank Claiborne, February 19th, 2004. Deputy Kareem Atkins, October 16th, 2021.
For Precinct 5, Constable Terry Alberton.
Captain Jerry Foster, October 22nd, 1993. Deputy Jason Patrick Norling, October 1st, 2007. Investigator Mark Brown, July 25th, 2020. Corporal Charles Galloway, January 23rd, 2022. Deputy Catherine Hudson, November 22nd, 2024.
For Precinct 6, Constable Sylvia Trevino.
Constable James Singleton, June the 8th, 1912. Deputy Constable W. Emery Hicks, September the 14th, 1923. Lieutenant Albert Charles Wilkins, January the 6th, 1978. Reserve Deputy Constable Nehemiah Pickens, July the 6th, 2005. Corporal Harry Telpipe, February the 20th, 2008. Sergeant Tomas Infantes Sr., August the 22nd, 2021.
Precinct 7, Constable James Phillips.
Precinct 7 Deputy Constable David Jobert Sr., January 12, 2008. Precinct 7 Deputy Constable Jennifer Lauren Chavis, April 2nd, 2022.
Precinct 8, Constable Phil Sandlin.
Constable John M. Weaver, watch June 19, 1929.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remain standing for our benediction and the retirement of the colors. We invite all to visit the memorial wall behind us, share personal stories and memories of our loved ones.
For the benediction, I want to take a moment of personal privilege. As a minister by our faith, we know when our loved ones close their eyes on this earth, they open their eyes in a place called heaven. To hear those words, well done. But I often tell people they continue to live within and around us because we continue to tell their story. And not to diminish any presence of any families, but the Trapolino family, Deputy Joe Trapolino was the 7th deputy to lose his life in the line of duty with the sheriff's office. The young man that you saw come up here was his great-grandson. We continue to tell his story from one generation to the next generation to the next generation. Thank you, Trapolino family. Thank you to every one of the families, because we said we'd never forget, and we know that you would never forget the importance of continuing to share their story. What would they tell us beyond the grave? I believe that LAPD officer George Hahn, retired, penned it very well. He said, "I'd never dreamed it would be me. My name for all eternity, recorded here in this hallowed place. Alas, my name, no more my face. In the line of duty, I hear them say, my family now the price to pay. My folded flag stained with tears. We only had those few years. The badge no longer on my chest. I sleep now in eternal rest. My sword I pass to those behind, and pray they keep this thought in mind. I never dreamed it would be me. And with a heavy heart and a bended knee, I ask for here and all the past. Dear God, let my name be the last." Family and friends, I offer this benediction. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may the Lord give you peace.